49 kilograms of MDMA and enough chemicals to produce an additional 80 kilograms. Vast quantities of fentanyl, all amounting to more than 95,500 potential lethal doses and worth an estimated $485 million in profit. The RCMP are calling it the largest, most sophisticated drug superlab in Canada, straight out of Breaking Bad. This was a major breakthrough in Canada's war on drugs, and the men behind this superlab were Canadians of Indian origin. For a long time, the Indians have been viewed as ideal immigrants, but there's something festering in Canada that has given birth to some of the most violent and ruthless crime syndicates, all composed of people of Punjabi origin. So how did we come to this? What led to the rise of Canada's Punjabi Gangsters, News9 plus Decodes? About 120 gangs are operating in Canada today. Some of the most prominent Punjabi gangs in Canada include the Brothers Keepers, one of the most notorious gangs involved in drug trafficking, extortion and violent gang wars. It was founded in the mid-2010s by individuals from Punjabi community. They have been in constant rivalry with other gangs, leading to multiple shootings across Vancouver. The Decodes gang. This gang is named after its leaders, the Decodes brothers and Sandeep Dhure, and was heavily involved in the drug trade. Many of its founding members have been killed in gang wars, but the remnants of the group still operate. The United Nations gang. While not exclusively Punjabi, this gang has a significant number of Indo-Canadian members. They are involved in large-scale drug trafficking, and their operations extend beyond Canada into US and Mexico. The ruffians are made up of international students from Punjab, India. The gang is allegedly to have been founded in 2019 in Abbotsford in British Columbia. The gang is said to be involved in a number of criminal activities, including drug trafficking, money laundering, murder, weapon trafficking, illegal gambling, robbery, chop shop, assault, loan sharking, and extortion. The Independent Soldiers Gang is known for its involvement in drug trafficking, violence, and organized crime. Formed in the early 2000s, it comprises mostly of Indian Canadian members, many of whom have ties to Punjabi gangs. The Independent Soldiers have been implicated in several high-profile violent incidents and have engaged in turf wars with rival gangs, notably the United Nations gang. These gangs are deeply rooted in drug distribution networks, drugs like MDMA, as well as more traditional substances like cocaine and heroin. Their operations have also expanded into extortion, arms trafficking, and contract killing, making them a significant force in Canada's organized crime scene. How do these gangs hurt India's interest? The relationship between Punjabi gangs and Khalistani separatists has become a growing concern. In the 1980s, the Khalistan movement sought to create a separate state in India, but after its decline in India, many extremists migrated to Canada. Over the years, some of these separatist elements found allies in criminal networks, including Punjabi gangs. These gangs, often composed of second-generation immigrants, have exploited the nexus to finance extremist activities through drug trafficking and other illegal enterprises. In India, Khalistani separatists have time and again employed gangsters for hits and assassinations. This alliance is mutually beneficial. Khalistani leaders who continue to push for a separatist agenda gain financial support from the gangs, while the gangs leverage the separatist networks to expand their influence. How have these gangs changed Canada? The rise of Punjabi gangs has had a profound impact on the Canadian society. Frequent shootings, drug-related crimes, and violent turf wars have not only tarnished the reputation of the Indo-Canadian community, but has also raised safety concerns among the residents. For the hard-working and law-abiding Sikhs in Canada, gang violence has led to the creation of negative stereotypes and stigmatization. This is a perception that these gangs represent Punjabi and by extension Indian culture. The situation has also strained the India-Canada relations.
I think what happened yesterday at the Hindu temple in Canada was obviously deeply concerning.
India has repeatedly expressed concern over the activities of Khalistani separatists in Canada, and their ties to organized crime further complicates diplomatic relations. The Indian government views Canada's leniency towards these elements as a threat to its national security.